Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Alicat, aka Alyssa Pink, and in today's video we're going to be reacting to the Tekken 8 Fall update trailer. Okay, so for those that don't know, the fall is autumn in the UK. We just call it a bit differently. I think it's something to do with the leaves or something. I'm not actually sure about the history of it, but anyway. Alright, so before we go any further, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supported me on Twitch and YouTube recently, and I'm getting quite a few more followers on X as well, Twitter, so thank you all so much. Alright, so if you want to show some love, don't forget to drop a like on the video and a subscribe at the end of this one, that'll be much appreciated. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it.
Peggy 16.
Okay, so Tekken's biggest update yet, it's pretty good. We've got good old Grandpa. I've yet to play here actually, but that video is coming. Okay, so the Manji Temple is like so controversial, but it's there. Oh, okay, so we've got the Premium Fight Pass. Okay, oh, okay, Premium Pack, then the Seductive Pack. Take my money already. Okay, we've got the Unforgotten Echoes, part of the new story mode feature. Alright, we've got the Practice Together mode as well. Oh my god, look at that drip. We've got the official Nike merchandise and also Gentle Monster Inferno with the sunglasses. That's awesome. Come on, buy Grandpa. You know you want to. Alright. Okay, so a couple of things that I wanted to explain in this trailer. So the first thing is that Tekken 8 has been out since January at the beginning of the year, so we've not got quite to a year yet on this. And this game is like had mixed emotions from like different people. Like me personally, I've loved it. It's been really quite good. Obviously, there's a few points that I'm not 100% been happy with, but like for the most part, I think that the team, the developers, Harada, and everyone else has done like an amazing job of the game. And so when they're announcing that it's been like the biggest update so far, like they are really trying to make sure that people get value for money. Now, the reason why this is important is because a few weeks ago there was quite a bit of controversy about the new DLC stage for Hayachi. This Genmanji Temple, basically like for $5 or like £5 I think it is, and you have to pay for it. So if you pre-ordered any of the other like special like Tekken 8 packs, I think there was the Ultimate one and the Deluxe one, I did get one of them. And the thing is that if you paid for that, and it wasn't cheap as well, it was pretty expensive, but if you got either of those two, this DLC stage was not included. Now there was a little bit of confusion because with Lydia's stage, there was a free stage with hers, right? So you didn't have to have the DLC for that. And with Eddie, well, there was no stage with Eddie as well. No one really said anything about it, but for some reason, people loved the Lydia one. And then I think there was like an expectation that people were going to get a free DLC stage with every character, or at least part of like the bundle anyway. So yeah, so there's that. It's the biggest update yet. So I think what they're trying to do is kind of make amends and get people back into like really loving this game. But it's quite unfair, I think, because it's like you get a lot of like bratty people on the internet, and they go and leave some like scathing comments on Steam and everything. And but maybe a lot of them are just trolls. But you got to bear in mind, like, you got to understand that Bamco is a company that wants to make money, that like they need to pay for like servers and everything. They need to pay like Hadara and the team. They're not just turning it for free. Like, so personally, like £5 for a stage, I think is worth it. Would I have liked it part of the deluxe package, ultimate package? Oh yeah, well, oh for sure. But you know what, I'm not going to cry about it though. But that's just how I feel about it personally. Anyway, moving on to the next thing. So they're trying to like pack all this information in like together for the updates, just to let people know that they are listening to the actual players, they're listening to the player base, they're listening to the fans, and showing them that it's really showing us that they care and they do listen to like feedback, because when people make games like this, like Hadara's reputation is on the line like constantly, and I do find it a bit upsetting sometimes when like people, they just go on there and they're a bit scathing. They're not really like thinking about like what is it like to actually like run a development team and like work in a game like of this caliber. And it's very difficult. People just like sit back in their armchairs and moan about things, but I think they're doing a great job. All right. All right, so instead of something being in very small writing and no one's 100% sure, like they are trying to like be like absolutely certain that everyone understands what things are free and what things are to be paid for. And you know what? This should stop the moaning too, because like the people who then say after this, oh well, you didn't say. Well, they can say, well, we did say, and we're very clear about it. Okay, so we've got Hayachi. Okay, so this stage, Jinmoji Temple stage, that's the stage that's caused all this hassle. But it seems like they're featuring all the paid stuff like up front so far. So we've got Hayachi, we've got the stage, and they're talking about now the premium fight pass. This is like the extra things for the seasonal time of year, like Halloween. These look pretty cool. That pumpkin. Oh, okay, so they've got something called the Grim Reaper pack. I'm just checking that I spelt it right there. Okay, so we've got the Grim Reaper pack, and that looks pretty scary actually. Like, I'm quite impressed. Alright, so the seductive pack. Okay, now you can take my money. Like, Grim Reaper, I don't know about that, but it looks cool and everything. But seductive pack now, that's kind of like my street. Now, I do wonder though, who's going to benefit from that? I need to find out a little bit more about it, which characters actually get to benefit. I did buy the swimsuit collection, by the way, like for the women on the game, and thought it was awesome. Okay, so they've clearly established like the paid content, and now they're moving on to the free one, so there's absolutely no confusion. And I do like that. Maybe like big flashing one saying free, you don't have to pay, you don't have to pay, you don't have to pay. Maybe something like that. Oh, I'm going to talk about this one. Now, when I go back into Tekken 8, I can't wait to change. The main character on the start screen is like whoever you want. Okay, so this is awesome. So when you go onto the main character select screen now, like the main character menu, you can choose your own character. Okay, so this is awesome. On this bit, you choose like the character on the background. Now the thing is, this was an idea that was, I think it was like suggested by the community, like on Twitter, I think. That's how it usually starts. But what's interesting is like, when the game started and it was Kazuya, right? Now, I'm not really a Kazuya fan, but I understand, like, he's a like head honcho of the game, right? And so like, he's got to have his representation everywhere, so I get it. And then when they changed it to Eddie now, people were really kicking off, like, awful, to be honest. Like, where's Eddie's face on the main menu? And I just sort of stayed quiet about it. The thing is, like, I actually thought it looked quite good. I actually preferred Eddie to Kazuya, only because I don't really like Kazuya, but I'm not saying I don't like him, but like, aesthetically, like, for how Eddie looks, I thought Eddie looked pretty hot, to be honest. Besides the point. But what I'm trying to say is that I didn't say anything, even people were like, oh, well, why is Eddie's face on there? And people were kicking off. And I did not understand it at all. And so I was thinking, like, back then, that they should give the option to people to change whoever character that they want. And to be honest with you, I'm quite surprised that that wasn't a feature to begin with, because that seems like fairly elementary to me that it's an option that people would want. I don't necessarily want to see like Kazuya's mug every time I used to log in to like play the game and that. And so I did understand how some people felt about Eddie and that, but I thought that Eddie at least was like something different. But some people really didn't like it. I don't want to get into like a race thing or anything, but like some people did turn it into a bit of a racist thing as well, which wasn't right. To be honest, it wasn't right. It wasn't. There's no place for that anyway. But some people who dislike those kind of things turned it into something else, if you know what I mean, without talking about it. They turned it into something a bit nasty and a bit mean-spirited. And we don't like to talk about that, and we don't want to like feature that anyway in this channel. But anyway, I thought it was quite low level. So when Lydia came out now, they were like, oh great, Lydia's back now, so like the screen's like much better. And Lydia did look gorgeous, but I always felt like people need to be reasonable and be kind to one another anyway. I thought as an option from the beginning, if you could choose a character, I would have had Zafina on there from like day zero. So it doesn't matter who goes on afterwards, like, I want my main character on there, but you know what? I didn't really take to Twitter to moan about it or anything like that. So anyway, they've made that free, but imagine if they had to charge like $1 for that. Imagine. Okay, so the next one is the online practice mode. So I guess you can like create like a lounge together or something, everyone just grind away without having to worry about rematching constantly. And maybe you can have I guess like infinite energy bars or something like that. So you can just keep fighting, which I think is quite good. If you just want to like just have, you know, these endless fights and that, imagine it'd be quite cool. So that's a great feature. Okay, so next up you've got the Nike and the Tekken one, so that's quite a big deal. And you know what? It looks so good together. Like, there's something about the Nike logo which just makes you, I don't know, it just makes you feel some way, and it makes you feel really good. It's just for me anyway, because I'm into like my sport and everything. And so the collaboration with like Tekken 8, I think it's like amazing. And so it's quite good how they've officially got to brokers and everything. But also like the background on the stage, you see like it's got like the Times Square style billboards, right? And it's perfect for product placement. So they could put anything there in the background. It's very clever, you know. Right. So they've actually got like 2 pairs of sneakers. Oh god, that was perfect. Now look at that. For an actual store that looks amazing. Look at it. That render is beautiful. I could like just jump in them right now if I could. My goodness. Okay, so there's also the Gentle Monster collab as well. Alright, so I did see those guys on Twitter actually. I did actually follow them, and I did give a heart on a couple of things. Okay, so this one is about like the sunglasses. Let's get to an actual picture of the sunglasses. Is that Paul? Right, look at those sunglasses there, right? So it's Gentle Monster Inferno, like sunglasses. Like they look really good. If you go onto their Twitter, they've actually got some like custom images, like renders, that are nowhere else other than there. They look absolutely amazing. So if you are into that, that's an option. If you want to purchase that in the shop for your character, by all means, it's all there and it looks really good. Okay, so in the season 1 playable characters, we've got Eddie, Lydia, and Hayachi. So we don't know who the next DLC is going to be for the winter. So that would conclude the DLC pack for everyone who like pre-purchase like the deluxe or ultimate editions. Basically, like that's it. Like, so we'll get the stage, I think, included this time round, and it will be like the character for the winter. And who knows who it's going to be? There's so many things flying around. And the thing is, like Harada himself is like, you know, I think he's a serious guy, but he also doesn't take himself too seriously as well. And so he did a tweet about a month ago where he basically was saying like, hey look, there's like a DLC leak, and he's like a template for the character for winter. So who is it? And it's literally like a PNG of like that, and it was blank. And then you put in your own character, because I think you're just curious to see what the internet wanted to who the internet wanted, who the fans wanted, sort of thing. Anyway, so of course I got to work, and here's what I did. I mean, I'm still waiting for a reply back, but anyway, without putting Jane from World Heroes in there, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty solid, you know, pretty solid list. If anyone wants a template doing, you know, hit me up. Okay, so out of all of them, this is the one that cracked me up the most. Absolutely unbelievable. I just can't believe it. It works on so many levels. Anyway, so that concludes the Tekken 8 Fall Update trailer. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'd like a bit more of a breakdown about what's going on and everything. And if you'd like to see something else featured on this channel, then let me know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Did you like the update? Do you think it's quite good? How do you feel about Bamco's official stance on the paid and free content now? Do you feel better about how they delivered the message? Let me know in the comment section. That'd be great. If you could drop a like and a sub to the channel, that would be much appreciated. And I'll see you again in the next video.